Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to Pop On to Pop Off on a Friday. What's the date? The 9th of August, 2024. I'm so blotchy. I have not put on my stage makeup. I'm sorry. What this metoprolol does, which I just took right here, what it does is it has that as a side effect potentially. So we think that's what it is. But when you're on 6, 7 medications, you're never sure. You're never sure. With any medication, there's the good and the bad, but most of my medications have been really, really good. I'm talking exclusively for the replay crowd now. Welcome, replay crowd. Want to say hello, hello. How are you? Um, Nobody has found us in this 2 o'clock, just about 2 o'clock time slot um, here on this Friday afternoon. But I did want to note that the festivities begin. Here they come. My goodness, I can always rely on you guys. You guys, now, Nancy, aren't you going to the big soiree? Aren't you? Aren't you? I thought maybe you were. Maybe I'm confused, which happens these days. Um, I can tell you about 1962, but why I just walked into the kitchen, I have no clue. That's not true. I went to eat. What else would I be doing there? Or to do my due diligence and do the dishes. I do them every night. Every night I'm stuck with all these dishes. And we don't have a dishwasher. She quit. We don't have a dishwasher, so I don't get the privilege of washing the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher. You know what I mean? Hi, Nancy. Hi, Pam Donley. Mike Fortner. Not going for, I think you mean not going till the Sunday, leaving tomorrow. Please, 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 Nancy, try to shoot me a video outside in the lobby, wherever you can do it, of the Horner Hall Theater. Try to keep it in frame, even if it's a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Put your friends in it if you want to. You know how to do it. You know how to bring it. You know how to bring it, and then just email it to me as speedily as you can before you leave. Uh, and attach it to my email, jackthefairguy@gmail.com, jackthefairguy@gmail.com. I know you will. I know you know it. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just asking if you can. That would be great. And we always get new people, but Ken Larkin is not one of them. He's one of our friends. Hi, Ken. And then we meet new friends, I hope. You never know. Orange G. Yes, I'm an hour and a half from Hot Springs. So you got to at least go to Sunday if you don't have a ticket for Saturday. But I'm pretty sure you could get a ticket right there at the gate. Look how blotchy I am. It's a gray day. We're getting a little bit of the effects of Debbie and the fact that it's windy. So if we pop off during our pop on to pop off, that'll probably be because we get a glitch from the local utility company. I don't see it going down for a long time. So yes, Pam, I'm glad you're here. And my goodness, 17 found us just like that. And here comes more. Sylvia Craig is here. Hi, Jack. How are you? I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Um, I went the other day up to New Windsor to their Westchester Medical Center facility there. I don't know how much they do there, although I think they do have a heart doctor at some point. But I had the tech who checked my defibrillators. She did a couple of things. At one point, I felt a little weird. I felt like I was, I don't know, at a Kamala Harris rally. I felt out of place. But no, she said you're going to feel a little bit weird because I'm testing your heart rate and stuff. And okay, and that was over pretty quick. And now I'm good for a year. My battery is at 100%. They obviously used an ever-ready battery. They didn't use those Dollar Tree ones. They used an ever-ready battery in my defibrillator. So we're good there. But I next month, less than 30 days away, I got to go for my next echo. That's just what you do when you're on Camzios. I had a right to Camzios because I see people giving testimonies now. And why not have the guy who thinks Elvis Presley may be alive, who has an audience? Why don't I get paid to do one of those? I think I should. I'm going to try that. I'd have my agent do it, but I don't have one. He quit too. Everybody's quitting on me. Oh dear. Oh dear. I have a pacemaker. Yeah, I do too. It's a pacemaker. Well, it's a triple feature. It's very, very creative, I think, Sylvia. It's a pacemaker that can't regulate things. It's going to hit the defibrillator. Now, I think I'll know what's going on. And if I'm going 65 on the highway, I'll know the process has begun, and I'll know to pull over. That's very important when there's 18 wheelers on the road, especially. So I'll be able to pull over, and at some point, oh, get it, boom! It's going to be whoa! What the heck was that? Sometimes you lose consciousness for a little bit too. Some people have done that. The guy that I met down at Westchester said he had been boomed twice. He had been zapped. What am I trying to say? What's the exact word I'm looking for? Shocked. Yes, shocked. Like I'm shocked that the country is going down the tubes and praying that we can pull up, pull up, pull up November 5th. Anyway, what's going on? Crowds gather for Trump hours ahead of his rally. Yes. Oh, you saw reporters saying at a great news conference that President Trump held. Great news conference. Kept his cool when they asked about Kamala's huge crowd. He said, well, give me a break. What was it, 2,000? I had 107,000 in New Jersey, 107,000. If I had 2,000, you'd say my campaign is finished. Those reporters, they're just fresh out of journalism school and getting these big jobs. Maybe they fit a certain criteria they're looking for. And that's what's happening now. People are being hired because they meet a quota, make the company look good, and all kinds of bad things are happening, even perhaps into the Secret Service. And most of the people that were with Trump the day that he got grazed by a bullet, they were from Homeland Security. They're spread thin. And I don't think Miss Cheeto gave a damn. As she said when asked for more security at Mar-a-Lago, it's not always just Secret Service. It's other security they can use. I get that. She said, oh, I don't protect nightclubs. She might as well just said, you think I give a shit about him? I don't. That's who I believe she is. That's who, my personal opinion. Sorry for the bad language, Grandma. No, not Grandma, but Grana G. Excited to be working alongside Gene Ho, Bob Joyce, and the Household of Faith crew this weekend. So what are you going to be doing down there, Grana G? What will be your role? Cheryl Everhart joins us. Hi, Jack and family. Victoria. Vicky Matthews is here. And hello to you. Sue, hi. Kay from K Jewelers in Kentucky. Now we have a K in Georgia, right? And a K in Kentucky. And probably more. Always let us know if you're another K. K. Oh, what are you doing, Ken, on this Friday afternoon? I'm glad to see you. Teresa Leonard, same thing for you. And Mike, it's always a blessing to have you here. Sometimes I feel I don't, express that well enough, and I rush by it too fast. And, you guys are my regular core family. And guess who's been supporting me, in the thanks button and the Cash App with little donations, tips. I want to use the word tips. If I see Carmen down at the Colonial, I give her a tip. And they rely on those waitresses because they don't make a big hourly wage. And I sure don't. I don't make any. I rely on a video going up above 1,000 views before things get good for me. If you see a video that did 396 views, that was important for me to do, but I knew that probably, but we'll get better technically, and we'll increase that. Enjoying a day of rest. Yeah. When you're retired, every day feels like a day of rest to a degree, but then you say, no, I've got to fill this day up with meaningful things, and certainly this is high on the list. High on the list. An ambassador security and whatever needs doing. Oh, I'd love updates from you at some point, even if you can't do it when you're working and you're back at the hotel or something like that. We'd love you to, do a 2, 3 minute video. Try to keep it in frame. If it's a bad take, do take two. That's what I do. Do you know on some of these pre-recorded videos, I can't do it when I'm live, but on some of these pre-recorded videos, I have done upwards of 17 takes. And sometimes it's just a funny thing where, it's too early in and I muff a word and I say, no, I could do that better. Mike Fortner, oh, you're such a blessing. I hope now this is well within your budget. That's all I can say. Here's a good tip. Yeah, it's better than play the horses. I tried up at Monticello Raceway. I was never good at it. I think one time I was. I picked a horse to win or to place, and it was a long shot. I think one time I did, but I read books on it and stuff. I never knew what the heck. Thank you so much, Mike. That'll go into my monthly total for September. That's when I'll receive that tip in reality in the third week in September. And you are helping me. You are helping me with what is a very limited retirement. If we should have need for new equipment, and eventually, yes, road trips. I wish I could be in Hot Springs this weekend. I really do, but it just wasn't in the cards. Just wasn't in the cards. My responsibilities have increased, and it would be irresponsible for me to, basically spend $1,500-$1,600 and then be without Karen too. I want to take her. So I don't know. I can bring Karen out west, but she'll never do it in a car. She'll never do it in a car. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that very much. I'm going to read the list, and you're on it already. So thank you. So anyway, people say Bob Joyce is who? I've never heard that name before. And that Gene Ho is Bruce Lee. Well, do the math there, Grana G. I could rhyme that. I could try to find a good, cool rhyme for that. Bruce Lee, if he were alive today, he'd be a lot older than Gene Ho. And no, it's not the son either. That'll be next. So, it's almost, I know this isn't coming from your heart. It's almost a stereotypical thing to say. Oh, well, who's Gene Ho going to be? Bruce Lee. No, Gene Ho's a lot younger than that. And then, they say Michael, and then they, of course, say JFK Jr. Famous quote from Gene Ho: if I told you John F.K. Jr. was alive, would you believe me? If I told you Elvis was alive, would you believe me? Oh, Teresa, what are we going to do here? Nancy DeMarco says, I am looking forward to meeting Gene Ho. Yeah, I assume he will be there on Sunday. Absolutely. I mean, it's a George Magazine event, and that'll be your first chance to buy safely home, for, whatever they're charging for the CD, but you're going to want to buy safely home. See what I do for you, Pastor Bob? I encourage people to come. A lot of my audience is coming. I want Stacy to take note of this too. And John Cook is still involved in administration from probably Little Rock. I'll give you a street address and the PIN number on your Visa card later. I'm just kidding. Who else lives in Little Rock? I think 2 other relatives, maybe. I said 2. One has a motorcycle. That's what they tell me. I don't know. I'm just pontificating. I'm pontificating, which is a lot better than something else I could be doing. Oh, dear. I went there. Gene said it would not be available for this weekend. You're kidding. Because I thought he said in the interview that it would be. Guys, timing is everything. Like, that church needs to be ready by December. Get a crew in there and get it done. Dr. Charlie Ward will pay for it, I bet. Charlie, Dr. Charlie, you could do that, right? how much it's not going to be like building the main sanctuary and maybe a beautiful house to go with it. Oh, that's a shame. Well, anyway, we see you find out the breaking news here. You find out the breaking news here. Um, Missed opportunity. Jerry Bridges, not Father Lloyd Bridges, the sea hunt guy, not the incredible big movie star Jeff Bridges, not the semi movie star, also television actor Beau Bridges. And by the way, Beau Bridges has had some great roles. He's had some pretty lousy ones. Oh, he had one that was kind of really weird, a prison where he was the man and he was a and all his inmates were beautiful women. Yeah, he had one of those kind of movies, those Linda Blair later type movies. I'll shut up now about that. Um, since everybody is somebody. Yes, that's absolutely true. We are who are you really, Jack Willard? Uh-oh, she's trying to nail me here. And I'm always ready for every explanation, by the way. I've been ready. Who am I? I'm a flawed sinner who loves Jesus Christ, was born again in 1984, spent a long time in radio. Obviously, look at this blotchy skin. Oh dear, I've got to get some stuff up here to cover this because Karen's always trying to put that Suzanne Summers Manuka honey on me. Manuka honey. Uh and that's fine. But I need, I'm saying, if I'm going on air, I need a cover up, not something that would make my skin glisten. Just a riot. Oh, let's not have any riots here. No, we won't have any riots for the next 3 months. They'll be cool. They want to get Kamala in. I don't think it's going to work. I think that uh, Governor Walz was a tremendous gift, but come the convention, I'm not the only one saying this. They could make a switcheroo. I don't I don't know for sure about him anymore. If he is dragging down the ticket with all the stuff that's coming out about him from his battalion, his platoon, whatever, that says they feel like he abandoned them. He never carried a weapon in war, and all the stuff that went down when he failed the people of Minnesota, Minneapolis especially, did not keep his oath to protect and serve the people. His wife, who you saw, oh, you wait till you see my wife, Gwen. She opened up the freaking windows of their well-protected mansion and let the smell of burning tires. She ought to be in a movie, one of those diabolical women movies. Yeah. Oh, please. Oh, please. This is this is not going to be good. You married yourself to the progressives, and now every minute she's saying, my from day one, my number one thing is going to be the economy. We're not stupid, Kamala. You've ignored it for 3.5 years. Biden ignored it for 3.5 years. You've told us how you're going to spend. That'll kill the economy. Oh, but I don't believe in any of those things anymore. I believe in, if you want me to say, if you want me to say that Sonny Bono was the best vocalist on the planet that ever existed, better than Pavarotti, better than Steven Tyler, better than Elton John, better than the other guy, the blind gentleman. What's his name? So good, so good. Better than, if that'll get me elected, hell, I'll do it. I'll even do the cover. I'll do a story and a cover and a picture in Playboy if it'll help me get elected. I would, whatever it takes. That's where we live now. Oh my God, no, says Sue Fetter. Okay, we'll put Rob Lowe in there instead. All right, are you happy now? No, Vicky, I really am a ditz. Who says that? Sue Fenner, you're not a ditz. That would make you Millicent from Dark Shadows. Oh, yeah. People, see, I left my phone up for a number of reasons. And I did, my son could actually call me live during this because I called him. And I'm only checking because That was Thursday. So no recent messages there, I don't think. Um, yeah. So yes, you want to see Millicent on Dark Shadows. That's in 1795. When they go back to 1795, I don't know, about three or 400 episodes in. That is primo Dark Shadows right there. And Millicent is just so funny. I suffer from various kinds of maladies. Oh, mom would not like that. Oh, no, no, no. She's much better than me. She's terrific. Nancy Barrett, God bless you out there in Phoenix, Arizona. I thought I sent you a text because it looked like it would be you, but it was the age was 2 years off, and you probably, since it can be found, you get this all the time. And I apologize. I said I don't want to bother you anyway. Karen and I just want to say, if you ever need anything, you have brought us so much joy. We would do anything humanly possible for you. We love you, Nancy Barrett, as we love Catherine, even though Catherine Lee Scott, oh, dear. She never talked politics till now, but when JD Vance, who's coming on strong now and he's doing a really good job, made a comment that was 10 years ago about crazy childless cat ladies. Well, Catherine has never chosen to have children, as many women have. I look at her life, and she had a career in mind. She wanted to travel. She didn't want to change those kind of diapers. She didn't want to do it, and that's okay. If it's not in your heart to do it, I mean, I'm not, that's between you and God. I better put it that way. Be fruitful and multiply. But it's just not for some women. Some women can't have children. That's another thing. But she did become a caretaker, Catherine Lee Scott, for her second husband when he got seriously ill. And she did everything. She had help too. But they went on cruises when he was not at his best because he wanted to go and she wanted to go. And she had to have all this stuff with her. And she didn't, I don't think she had an assistant with her. So she has taken care of people, and I love Catherine Lee Scott no matter what she says. Drew Barrymore may be bat crap stupid, and she is, but I love Drew. I've loved her for 30 years. I'm not going to stop loving Drew Barrymore. You know, I'm not. I'm not, Sue. I'm not doing it, Boyd. Boyd, who was on One Life to Live for many years, and he says BUY bye. So that must mean he said something before that. Is the revival thing this weekend? Well, I guess you're not up to speed, Boyd. Yes, it sure is. Tonight is the VIP long sold out VIP welcoming dinner. Where that's going to be, I have no idea. That's for the people that bought the most expensive tickets for the Saturday event. You got the VIP if you wanted it. You got the VIP dinner tonight. Is Bob Joyce going to be there? I think so, but I'm not sure of that. I thought his CD was going to be available. I got to go down there and run those things now. I'm pretty good at promotions. I was a road manager for a clown, for goodness sakes, for 18 months, So, oh, you would think that I'd been drinking. Jerry, what are you saying? I watched Sea Hunt. You did, huh? So did I when I was a little kid. So we're about the same age. Are you somewhere around 68 years old? Jerry Bridges, not Lloyd Bridges, not Bo Bridges, not the big movie star Jeff Bridges. Thank God Jeff made a full recovery from his illness. Is he okay now? I hope he is. Yeah. Saturday is all the speakers and the music and what have you. So we're hoping that those that are going, that are watching me, are going to do a video for us. And then if you don't know how to load it in an attachment, just find the nearest 12-year-old and they'll help you. They'll help you. And load it to jackthefairguy@gmail.com. I'll have Andy rush up here and we'll get it ready and we'll put it right up. Okay. All right. He owes me. And he made me a nice seat cushion too, out of foam, but it's the foam that you shave with, and I don't think it's going to last. I don't know. 33 watching our pop on to pop off. So yeah, this is the big weekend. We'll be on a lot, I suppose, especially if we get some video from you guys that are going. I know that some of our most loyal viewers are going. Some are going to that VIP dinner tonight. I'd love to get something, near it, even if it's outside of it. I would love to get that. I know several people told me they were going to the VIP dinner. So I'm not all that bad for Household of Faith, am I? I'm not all that bad. Gene Ho has been very appreciative, and I thank you so much. Just checking here to make sure I didn't miss a name. How's it going in Kentucky, Kay? Hey. Yeah, I'm glad you're going Sunday. Get something in the lobby if you can. At a certain point, you probably be able to shoot inside the theater briefly. You probably could, but I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't want you to get a demerit. I don't. So here's someone new, Brenda Gaskill. Hi, Brenda. Did anyone say how much they sell the CDs for? What are they, gang? $15, something like that. Safely Home could be a little more because it's brand new. But they're the normal price of CDs. Now, if you have Spotify, if you have YouTube Music, if you have Amazon Music, tracks are going to start to show up on there. They get something for that when you hit them. Harris is yet to give an interview as a Democratic nominee, but she's starting to walk over to the reporters at the plane now. J.D. Vance was so funny going up to even the Kamala Harris staff and say, as she said, why she's not giving any kind of interviews yet. Nobody. All right. Just wanted to ask. I had to come see. He was right there where Tim Walz was. Walked by his plane. He said, I had to see the plane that's going to be mine sometime. I'm beginning to hey, we all now, speaking of, the dangers that can happen when things that we've said years ago haunt us, or our behavior from years ago can haunt us. I'm always ready to give an account. I have been, but I don't, of course, tell about my personal life that I don't have to tell about. If you go back to the 70s when I was 16, 17, 18, 19 in New York City, I'm not proud of that. Behavior. Every pleasure in the world, once you get off the bus at Port of Authority, I always say of Authority. Karen says it's Port Authority, and she's right. Every pleasure known to mankind would be offered to you if you walked on 42nd Street from 8th to 7th. Every possible pleasure, which is right there. What is that, Avenue of the Americas, or it dovetails into Broadway. Mikhail, how are ya? He's saying hello to Victoria Winters. Hi, Michael. Glad you're here. And for references, Bob takes no money for any sales. All money goes back to Household of Faith. Yeah, we know that, Grana. We say all the positive stuff here that we can find. We find he doesn't take an offering either, right? So I don't know. What do I want to say? $15 million to complete the 9 acres of land. When they do it, that's all from that little collection box that they have there. Bob doesn't take the money. He doesn't need the money. He knows a lot of people. A lot of people love him. Not every pastor gets to go to Mar-a-Lago and be like the officiation, do the officiation prayer, the prayer before dinner, the whatever. He was, he's well known at Mar-a-Lago. Huh. So, we have 39 watching. So Tulsi, that's the other thing in this pop on to pop off. Karen's going to swim at the Y a little later. I have to take her there. Hi, Belinda. I want to say hello and thank you for your donation, Belinda. Thank you for hitting, I believe you hit the thanks button. Thank you very much, Belinda. I have you on my list now for sure. Thank you. As I do Shell. Thank you, Shell. But let's talk about Tulsi. Let's talk about Tulsi. I've never seen her so despondent on air. The sparkle was gone from her beautiful eyes. And she was on with Sean last night, and she revealed that she was placed on. I don't think she had any trouble the last time, but she was placed on the terrorist watch list. Give me a break. Give me a break. You don't like what he says about the Democratic Party. Uh, Trump could have made her his VP candidate. I think he's got a spot for her in the administration. I'm pretty sure. And they know all this, and they're pissed off at what she has said in the past because she knows how to really say it well. She's very, very articulate, wonderful woman. I don't agree with everything. Um, it's Karen. Honey, you are live on a pop on to pop off, so don't curse or anything like that. How are you?
No, I don't do that.
You don't do that. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. I hope you have a good weekend. I missed your call before because I forgot my phone upstairs, so I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take you to the Y in a little while to go swimming. You're going to swim at 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock, yep. As long as we don't have a tornado or anything.
Yeah, or someone hits me that's driving a Ford Toronado.
Oh, no, that won't happen.
That won't happen. Well, you're not here in the flesh, so to speak, but at least they got to hear you, as they have in a couple of videos when we've been out there shopping. So, all right, I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. That was Karen. Oh, yes, Vicky. She's, I'll tell her you said hello, Victoria. Um, and, well, that was cool. Corey could call too. He won't be so happy if I put him on speaker though. You know, he says he's never watched me. I don't believe him. I got in, voted with room paid. What? And tickets for Gene's show. Gene's show. But I'm on baby watch. Well, Belinda, you got to get in there and enjoy yourself too. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so this is a serious thing with Tulsi. They last time she went through the airport, she had no problem, but you know she's concerned that they have been monitoring her phone calls, of course, what she looks at on the internet and stuff like that. Um, you can take anybody's life, and especially if they're in a certain mood, they might say something that they would never say publicly, that they regret saying, or they're joking, or whatever. So, you know, this is the age where the good people get persecuted. I think that's Karen graduating from high school. High school. There's young Karen Reedon, of course. I didn't really know her right at that time. I stopped being in school with her in 6th grade, but I would see her later, of course. And we went to school starting in 1964 together. Yeah. She's also up there on top. It looks like she was arrested and that she's holding up the thing, but no, that's not. She's a little older. So, hopefully everything will work out. Tulsi is always one of the poorest people, public people. She gets paid for being a Fox contributor now, but she always flies commercial and what have you, you know. So there's nothing that could change my mind about Tulsi Gabbard, but you know, they may try to use that so she couldn't run for another election, or they may have nothing at all. They may have nothing at all, you know. But when we're speaking privately, we tend to speak differently than when we speak publicly. And everybody's got sin in the past. Everybody has something. You know, she may have said stuff like, "Oh, Trump, why is he saying this? He's his own worst enemy," and stuff like that. They may have that. because a lot of Republicans say that. But he was so on point, and I messaged during that press conference. He was great. And over an hour, he took questions. I think he took 62 questions. How many would Biden take? 6? Oh, I've been told now I should go to, Vicky. Oh, Vicky. Oh, Vicky. Hi, Ruthie. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? My daughter lives there in Arkansas, or Hot Springs specifically. She will be going to see Pastor Bob Joyce. That's not quite how you wrote it, but So I see you're on that train. I understand. And so, yeah, I'm hoping for some roll-in video. It all depends on what people do. But the invitation has been extended 2-3 minute or longer. If you got something good, certainly if you got somebody you want to interview, it's great if you have one of those sticks. Do you have one of those sticks that you can attach your iPhone or your Android phone to and hold it up above you, and you can see it's in frame? And then I guess somehow you got to reach up and press the button, and then you're good to go. And you just keep looking to make sure you're in frame and going to the person you're interviewing and stuff like that. You can do that. That would be wonderful to have that. That would be absolutely wonderful. Don't you think, Marty Greco? Hello, Marty, and everyone else. J-Cat is here, too. Hello, Jack. Glad you're here, Marty. I'm glad you found us, as did Ruthie. And J-Cat. And I think I'm up to date on that. So our video that we did during our Wednesday special 7 p.m. edition of Worldwide Ramblings is doing very good. It's going to go towards 4,000 soon, so that's pretty good. And that's with the story from John about, I guess it was about his experience at Household of Faith. And we always love to have testimonies when you visit Household of Faith. You can write me an email that's kind of a few lines of general stuff, and we'll talk. And then the best thing to do is write me an email that is like what they would call commercial copy, where you don't put anything in there, including if you don't want your name in there, you don't put your name in there, and you just tell me your story. If I edit it'll be to take something out that I feel is inappropriate or something, but I try not to. So I would love to have those as well. People enjoy hearing them. They're still talking very heavily about the Butler, PA video. I just wonder. Oh, we also found out that all that time, forever since he's been running for president, there have been no sharpshooters. There are now, but they would not have sharpshooters. So he's coming in and out of that courthouse in New York City, windows everywhere, and there were no sharpshooters. It was just the Secret Service on the ground. So this Cheeto, I'm sorry, but I think it has to be more than just you lose your job. There's an intent that seems to be brewing here. I could be wrong. I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong. So, yeah, well, look at all you nice people. 43 of you now. Please sign in and let us know. I want to go through the list of people because there's some new names and that have donated. There is Lana Dye was on our Wednesday show, hitting the thanks button. Let me get some glasses on here. Put on my $1.25 specs. Thank you, Lana, very, very much. $19.99 donation. Then there's, I said Ted Williams, but I think I meant John. There could be a problem with that one. I'm not sure. I'll see if it goes through. I'll verify that later, and I'll say the name that you want me to say. Kimberly, I'm not sure if you used your last name live, so I won't say Kimberly V. Let's say that was on the Cash App. My Cash App handle is Media Guy 56, all lower caps. Media Guy, MEDIAGUY. The number's 56. Media Guy 56. She hit that for $4, as did Selena donate on Cash App. Nancy DeMarco, who's going to be in Hot Springs, if not already. That's wonderful. Downtown William Brown hit the Cash App. Thank you so much. And then many people donating in the thanks button. Sam Sammy, Patrick Vilas, Elvis Rock, Kim Kaplowskis, Rhonda Ledbetter, Belinda Lemon, Chris and Katina Swatsworth, Debbie Inglis, Jane Justice, Jane Joyner, Blanca Venlerop, Ken, Woodsley Summercraft, Adrienne Sternov, the first one, and she's donated like many, many times. Happy Jalapeno, Susan Carter, many times. Cash App and the thanks button. Thank you so much, Miss Carter. Helen B. We talked about Nancy, Anastasia, Jody Smith, Cheryl Larson, John Jeffries. Yes, more than once, John. Thank you. Ted Richards, Barbara Kendall, Judy Wright, not Betty Wright, the cleanup woman, Elizabeth Gilbert. Elizabeth, you're going to the Sunday service, so maybe you can get us some video. I'm going to shoot you an email too. Elizabeth Gilbert, get us, even if it's in the lobby, we want to see you. And if you're camera shy, don't let that stop you from doing a video. Have the camera facing out and you narrate it, okay? There's all kinds of ways to do it. Marty Greco, he's here. Thank you, Marty. Stephen Garvis, Jane Green, Terry and Nancy Whitmore, Kathleen Wiedenbacher, also known as Kathleen Whataburger, Richard and Vivian Lyon. Thank you, guys. We'll be seeing them Saturday night. Richard is working right now. He could pop on. Patrick Vilas, Jill, Susan Safati, Cindy in South Louisiana, and Dennis, my cousin in Boston. Thank you, guys, for hitting the thanks button here. Whether you're watching live or in the replay crowd, I always mention these names over and over again because I am so grateful. That's the core audience. Oh, look, I just brushed my teeth and I'm white again. My lips are white. My Mick Jagger lips are white. Karen's always telling me about that. She's always telling me, Michael Wiggins. Hello, my friend. Alex, welcome. Louise, where you from, Louise? Everybody likes Vicky today, and a good choice, Victoria. Victoria Winters is her name, I like to call her, from Dark Shadows, of course. The lovely Alexandra Mocha. She's in her late 70s now and still living in New York City, I think. Administrator at a museum. Jack, my emails are very short. You know that. Well, was I saying your emails were very long? Your emails are not very long. Well, sometimes. Now that I think about it, Belinda. So, but sometimes you need a long email. I've written long emails. Trump 2024, Victoria's right on point. Right on point. Don't throw away your vote, guys. Please don't throw away your vote. For a guy who's not even going to be in the debates. I mean, they always get like 4 or 5%. I don't know who they're going to take votes away from, but we are trying to save our country. We're trying to restore law and order. We're trying to get the economy back on track. We're trying to stop the influx of millions of illegals that are taking Black people's jobs, Latino people's jobs, because they'll work for less under the table. It's just like an invitation to lawlessness. And of course, we know we've had kids raped, tortured, and then killed by illegals. It can happen with someone who's not. I understand that. I'm all for immigration, but it's got to be legal immigration, Hi, Nancy and Terry. Probably Nancy. Welcome. You're from the Netherlands. I'm so glad I asked then, Louise. Welcome. The Netherlands. Is it cold there a lot in the Netherlands? And are they promiscuous in the Netherlands? I'm trying to think of what I've heard. And I wouldn't be judging if they are. I'm just curious. Kind of free spirits in the Netherlands. I've heard that, I think. But then I do confuse countries sometimes, you know. I could never confuse, I say, San Diego with Hoboken, though. I don't think that could happen. So what are you saying, Christopher? I think Pastor Bob was Elvis. Now, but there is quiet or quite the road. I'm sorry. You might want to look into Thomas Presley. I showed his picture on the Wednesday show. I believe he was at Lisa Marie's private funeral. He looks like Dennis Quaid. He is a member of the church, and my God, can he sing? God bless you from Canada. Well, welcome in Canada. Yeah, I think that you can find some Tom Presley right here on YouTube. I think you can. I think I was able to find some, but yes, we have to look more into that. Queensland, Australia, and we always get a time check. Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. I woke you up. It's 4:35 in the morning. Good day, Jack. Good day, my buddy. I'm so happy that you are here, Alex. Alex, not to be confused with what's the famous group? Oh boy, I'll tell you, I'm ready for the nursing home there. Nancy and Terry say, yes, Jack, just Nancy, unfortunately. Oh, that's right. Did you tell me that already? I'm not sure if I remembered that. Terry passed away a few years ago. I just never changed his email address. How long did it take you to start removing his clothes from his dresser and his closet? Did you go in there and smell them? That's what women usually do, men as well, when something awful like that happens. Joe Worrell, love your hat, Jack. I take your MAGA. Well, I don't have a MAGA hat because I don't want to be punched in the street. It's better for somebody, and then they can get you with a drive-by bullet. That's the kind of place we live in. If I go to a Jimmy Sturr event, I could wear a MAGA hat. I could. But then I would think Jimmy would feel, oh, he's trying to get the attention on himself, and I don't want that. If you're anywhere near Florida, New York Sunday in the Hudson Valley, come join us for Fun Fest. Jimmy Sturr will be there, the 18-time Grammy winner, from noon to 2 p.m. There's 2 stages, but it's not that big, Florida. You'll be able to find him easily. And join us for that. And then there's all these festival things and lots of other music going on. And then at 3:30 is a group that I think, like Jimmy, is also from the Florida, New York area that have been performing since 1989. They are Tangent, and I am going to stay to see Tangent. The weather is supposed to be in the 70s and sunny. No good weather, excuse me, till Sunday, but it's so they say. Well, here you are, Kimberly. I just mentioned your name. From Gallipolis, Ohio. Thank you for your donation on the Cash App, Media Guy 56. And let's see here. Let me go to my email. Patrick has sent us $10. Patrick Filas has just sent us $10 on the Cash App. Thank you so much, Patrick. Tell you the truth, when you use the Cash App, I get more of it and I get it faster. So thank you, Patrick. I really, really appreciate that. Now, what are you saying, Nancy? You can't tell me what I think you're saying. I see a picture of Safely Home. And of course, we learned that Pastor Bob's, this is from Katie herself, a public post. Katie is the tech woman that holds it all together at Household of Faith. She says, we learned that Pastor Bob's new CD will not be available in time for this weekend in Hot Springs, but it should be available within a few weeks. We are hoping to get the official release date soon. Okay, sometimes things happen, and that's just how it is. But public post, I guess I can put this up. You can see Pastor Bob, but you can't see Katie's writing. And she probably doesn't want me to do it anyway, but we have shown the album cover before. We have. He looks really tan, doesn't he? Pastor Bob Joyce safely home. Okay. Confirmation from Katie, and thank you, Nancy. See, you're my reporter on the scene. You don't know how much I need you guys this weekend. I really wanted to go. I really, really, really did. Thank you, Patrick, for your Cash App donation. I thank you so much. So yeah, that's where we're at, gang. A plane with 62 people aboard crashes in Brazil. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Well, here's the Rush Hour Rush. Hi, Rush. Hello, everyone from Germany. Cool. Karen, my partner, lived in Germany for a couple of years with her husband, Dwayne. Her first and only husband, to be honest, in terms of that. But there's no legal paper in the Bible, by the way. It didn't exist till the 1900s. But she lived there and loved her time in Germany very much. She always tells me about, I won't say her whole name, but Fran, who was her landlady, who made butter, which she bought. Karen bought butter from Fran. And then Fran came to live here in the States. And until about 3 months ago, she was living here for years and years and years. She has family here, but then she has moved back to Germany because she'll get a better retirement in Germany because she was there for so many years, you know. Love songs. Is the Hot Springs event going to be aired online? Yeah, many have asked that. Obviously, obviously, I'm sure the Household of Faith are bringing their cameras. It's going to be documented, and I don't know if everything's going to air. But Pastor Bob has been rehearsing for the praise time, and he's going to be preaching to a larger number of people there in the auditorium. I don't know how many seats. No one has been able to tell me. But I can't imagine not. Now, for the main event, I think that these are all media people, so I can't believe it wouldn't be. It won't go out live, but and what you would see would be an edited version, of course. You're not going to see a 12-hour video or 10 hours, however long it's going to take. Amanda Grace is not known for being short-winded. And I don't know about John B. Wells and the Popas and all those. And Richie Minervini is probably going to do a 35, 40-minute set. And then there's the Feeling Groovy Oldies Band. Is there a situation where there could be two acts performing at one time, like the Feeling Groovy band could be some set up in the big hallway or something? I don't know what they're planning. That would be a good idea, I think. I think that would be a good idea. If you're not into what's happening in the main hall, you can walk out and groove to the oldies or something, It's always good to have, like when they do the Worst Fest in New Brunswick, Texas. That's when I could be making the trip in November when it's much cooler. And, we'll see what happens if I walk into the barn, to the horse barn. I'll be there to praise the Lord, and I'll be the best behaved person you've ever met. So I think they know that. But if I end up on the dirt, well, what can you do? Love songs. I want to see it all. Yeah, well, you won't. Love Songs was a pioneer contemporary Christian music group. This goes back to my first marriage, the mother of my children. She told me about the early pioneers, and she kind of got me started in loving contemporary Christian music. So I did, on the station right up the road here on a Sunday morning, I did a show called, first it was Joy in the Morning, which it had been called by another host, and then I switched it to Morning Light. And I did that show for 2 years, and that's when I played some of the people that Karen had suggested, and then so many more came along. But Keith Green, Love Songs, second chapter of Acts, they were all in the early stages. They will welcome you. I love how you always say that, Belinda. I think you want me to be in the mud. um, you make it sound like I'm just anybody else. That's what you don't take into account, Belinda. I mean, I have been told there are people there that watch me, and I know Gene Ho hopefully will be there that Sunday, whatever Sunday that may be. And but there could be people, like if I had gone to Hot Springs, that might want to say, you got some nerve, buddy. You got some nerve, and not be pleasant to me. And that's par for the course. That's par for the course. You can't do a channel and expect everybody to love you. Now, if they come on here and they're disrespectful to me, I don't mind you saying you're stupid to believe that. That's fine. But if you keep it up and then you start arguing with other people, I always get I always get the word that you guys want that person to adios, to adios. And so we have to, I asked them to please stop. What else can I do? Follow the YouTube community um, guidelines. Your IP address is known to Google/YouTube. So what's going on in Germany, Rush? Tell me about Germany. J Cat says, go for it. I will. But it's got to be, at the right time. And I hate to have to wait till November to see my son, but he's so busy now. He's so busy. See, when I come into the outside light better, it makes my skin look better. It's almost like an instant healing. The closer I get to that window. Yeah. What has Patrick been saying? I think he retracted his first message then. I will get my wife to send you a tip tonight. It's just a tip, like you would tip the waitress and what have you. Well, thank you very, very much. Media Guy 56, if you use Cash App, I use it, and I've never had a problem with it. You have to link your checking account to it. And every time you invite someone onto Cash App, I get an extra $5 if it's me doing the inviting, like you would get an extra $5 if you were doing the inviting, in other words, if someone was sending money to you. So that's how that works. You didn't introduce Bob Joyce 2011. They know what they were doing. Sure. When I didn't even know about Pastor Bob Joyce till January of 2018. 46 watching right now. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notification bell. That's how you will definitely know when we pop on to pop off or put up a new pre-recorded video or come on with Worldwide Ramblings. Yes, we will be here Saturday night at 10 p.m. for Worldwide Ramblings. But we could be coming on live at any time this weekend. And we could also be putting up pre-recorded videos when somebody shoots me a video that is airable. And if it goes too long, I can edit it. Andy knows how to edit a video. We can do that. Or if you were to say something that was wild and crazy, we would have to edit that line out. But you guys, you know the drill. You're all professionals here, in the sense that you understand media. So we'll see love songs. I'm sure we'll be seeing a big chunk of it. G made it clear when he asked you just speak of possibilities. He says he likes the fact that I speak of possibilities, and he always mentions the E word, not me. He brought it up. I have said that in my opinion, if someone was holding a gun to my head, I had to make a choice. I would probably go with Bob being Elvis, but I've never come to any final conclusions. Well, hello, Marlene Wilson. Hi, Jack. You are like an encyclopedia or Rain Man, one of the two. Did you know Dustin Hoffman's yesterday? Dustin Hoffman's. Have you heard of him? He's not the same as Dustin Hoffman. Now, Dustin Hoffman turned 87 yesterday. That ought to make you feel old. Dustin Hoffman is 87 years old. Hi, Jack. You are like an encyclopedia. You know it all. we all get what we need from you. Well, what I need from my viewers is the viewers that are going to Hot Springs. I need you to do those videos on your phone. If you have that stick that you can hold above you, especially if it's not just you on there, and then you know how to press the button. If you just don't want to see you, maybe you can do one video where we do see you and another video where you're just shooting things that are happening there instead of trying to do it backwards, because that's real hard to do. But you want to show us the tables and the things like that. Whatever you can send, we will try to air it. We will try our darndest, Victoria. J-Cat likes to joke a lot, I think. A pink Cadillac. That's like someone believing that the guy in Paducah, Kentucky is Bob Joyce. And yes, when it comes time for his evening stroll, he wears a white jumpsuit. I think there were people that really thought, oh, did you notice that? Well, first of all, is he related to Elvis? How many love children are there? I think there's quite a few. I think Elvis was a little careless in that department, but I bet he took care of every kid. At least I hope so. I will go for it, whatever you're talking about. No, I don't think so. I don't think there'll be a pink Cadillac involved. You're very popular now, Victoria. You are. I think it's because I started calling you Victoria. You might want to change that. Well, Victoria Winters often went by the name Vicky too, but when she went back to 1795 and she asked the wonderful actress Clarice Blackburn, who was now playing, she usually plays Mrs. Johnson, the maid, but in 1795 she's a Collins, and she asked her name, Vicky. What kind of name is Vicky? And she says it's short for Victoria. She's okay. Victoria, then. Victoria. Abigail Collins. Oh, she's a hoot. But they never gave her enough to do over the years, She was so good. Never gave her enough to do. She got shortchanged, I believe. Please push the like button for Jack, says Louise. Now, Louise is on the team. I like that. Yes, let's hit the like button and the notification bell as well. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We want to get to 10,000 subscribers, and we got 1,500 to go. So let's get to 10,000. Those people are everywhere, Jack. Whose people? Did you say something before that? I go through so much stuff. Open arms, Jack. Open arms. Yeah, well, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give it a shot. The fun part would be is if nobody told Pastor as he was walking in, and I've got my back to him as he comes up behind me, and then I turn. That's when I want. That's the one time I'd want to have my camera ready, but. That's just things that go through my wild mind. I'm there to praise the Lord Jesus Christ and then listen intently. Now, what has happened to me before in several sermons when I shared something with a pastor or once a Catholic priest, they put me into the sermon. And that could happen. That could happen. That could happen. So if it happens, hey, it's the pastor's church. He can do what he wants, Just have that church ready by December. There are people in this world that can step up and help you. And if you want to be a volunteer, talk to Household of Faith about that. I know you've got to stay somewhere when you're out there. Some people have a nice income and they have construction skills and stuff, and they can, they don't need. They can go on their own dime. So there you go. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Don't be cruel. So it's amazing. Whenever we come on, it's 3:00 here on the East Coast. I didn't find out what was going on in Germany, did I? I don't know what I expect you to say, except that Rush, that we're very intrigued about Germany and how it is there. What's the temperature there right now? What's your favorite food to eat in Germany? Hi, Barbara Kendall comes on. Barbara Kendall, not to be confused with Barbara, who's going to move if Trump wins. Who's going to move? She's going to pack right up and go. I know where I can get some boxes. I and whoever else wants to join me, we'll go over to Barbara's house. Hope that James Brolin doesn't punch us in the face, and we'll help her pack. I'm sure she'd love to have us. She's always so welcoming to fans. Fans can be waiting out on the sidewalk for hours on end to have a moment. And she's always quick to stop and take a picture and sign an autograph and chat with them and make them feel special. Because that would mean she was a special person, a really special person if she did that. Does she do that? Here's Alexa. Look at those gams. What they call them, gams. Bob from the cover of George Magazine, August 2020. The August edition of George Magazine. So, and of course, President Trump with a fist in the air and the Secret Service around him. So, how are you, Barbara? What's going on with you? Neo joins us as well. If we stay on long enough, it seems like all our regulars, not all of our regulars, some are working. Like, I don't hear enough from Hearts Wild, but she has a work schedule and stuff like that. So she sent an email or commented on a video recently. And I thought, gee, we haven't heard. If I come on at 2:00 in the morning, I probably would get Hearts Wild. And I have done that. And certainly, obviously, on Saturday nights, well, not Saturday nights because we come on at 10 now, but I have been on that late. I'm interested in all time slots, but the hardest one is the morning for me. I did it once, and I want to do it again. So I can't take this at night. It's interesting thing about ashwagandha. You're really supposed to take it with food, and I took 2 last night with no food at all, and followed it up with a small dose of Xanax. Now you have to be careful. Everybody knows this with melatonin. There's something you can take with the melatonin. They're saying now that will stop you from having nightmares. I took melatonin and I had heavy nightmares that I remembered when I woke up. I didn't have the torturous feeling of can't wake up and I want to get away from this. I don't think so. But you got to be real careful with melatonin. Ashwagandha seems to give me dreams too, but pleasant, strange, but pleasant dreams. I got to learn to write them down right away. Not that I would necessarily bring them on air, but always people that I'm very familiar with in my life. Like, I do remember this part. I used to work for John Lemure, who's the lead singer of the Harrison Street Band. And they played my wedding back in 1985, and they're still together in 2024. Occasionally, they do gigs like downtown. I think they're going to try to get him in because they got rained out. Uh-oh. What is that sound it makes when it's like taking a picture? This is a new thing that's happening with my new Samsung. It's not, my battery's not low. Like the sound of you clicking an old-fashioned camera. What does that sound mean? Patrick, I know you know. If you have a Samsung, you may know a modern Samsung. This is something I just got when my other phone died. Do the 24 hours for the 10K subs. Party like it's 1999. Well, that was kind of a letdown, 99, wasn't it? I mean, Y2K was a real letdown. Maybe just try smoking weed, Jack, and coming on and doing a show, right? That's what you want. I know. Hey, it's all legal here in New York, If you're in Utah, it may not be the case. What about Germany? Is it legal there? I bet it isn't. What about for medicinal purposes only? Tell me, Rush. Tell me. This is the new song from Pastor Bob, says Luis. As I say, if he was ever going to say anything more, those 9 acres of land would have to be completely finished with a house that has a separate fence and security everywhere and what have you. That might be the time, but it's not going to be now. It's not going to be now. If it happened, he would have to think about doing his Sunday service from Hot Springs, either in the convention center or the Horner Hall Theater every week, and maybe live atop the Elvis Hotel in Memphis in the suites. And nobody else would be up there except his staff, including his bodyguards. This is the world I live in. I could be full tilt bozo. I could be. Press the like button. It's now or never. Vicky is being clever. She was once married to a guy named Trevor. He went out for milk and never came back. His loss, Victoria. That's what I say. Forget Trevor, will you? I don't know. I'm just being silly. Yeah. What's up with you, June Joyner? What's going on with you? Cash App weed. No. It just makes me silly. And I'm silly enough, I'm silly enough. Back in the day when my friends were passing it around, I would partake, but never much. Next thing you know, I'd be in 7-Eleven saying, is this the biggest bag of Oreos you got? And the guy said, just buy 2, man. Just buy 2. So yeah. See, once Patrick sent me the $10 on Cash App, I get a email message saying, Patrick Files sent you $10. Open the tab or open the app for more details. 26 minutes ago. So it eventually gets there as well. Thank you, Patrick, for hitting Media Guy, MEDIA, Media Guy, GUY 56, Media Guy 56 on Cash App for your tip. And it's not your first one. I love it when there's new people that do it, because whether it's $2, $5, on the thanks button right here. I don't want to start forgetting about the thanks button. Yes, I get more with Cash App, but I'm so thankful to Google and YouTube and people hit the Cash App so they don't have to link their bank account. Most people that would use Cash App already use it, and it's just easy for them. But other people use the thanks button, and I appreciate that. So, Marty, what are we going to do this weekend, huh? What are we going to do? Oh, Red Hawk joins us. Hello, Jack. And everyone, hope all is well. Yes, it is. And Susan Carter, Miss Carter, who has another name that is like a spy name, or a very famous actress. That's all I'm going to say. That is long departed, by the way. Yeah, you know who I mean. I won't give another clue that came to mind. So welcome. I'm glad for you guys that are coming on now, and you women that are coming on. We won't be here too long because it's just a pop on to pop off, We're hoping that those that are going to be, the dinner is tonight. The VIP welcome dinner is tonight. Some people purchased that from my audience. I want to state that. And we're very happy about that. We're very happy about that, and hope that they will shoot us some kind of video from tonight. Just attach it to Jack the Fair Guy, FAIR, Jack the Fair Guy at gmail.com. I'll put that right here. I'll put that right here. No, we want small caps. I want to be your lover, baby. I want to be your man. Tell me there's no other, baby. Tell me that I can. I want to be your man. That's Ringo, early Beatles, Meet the Beatles album. Ringo got one song or two songs on most albums. Yeah, baby. So back when the Beatles broke up, they had one more album that was about to come out in about a month, but McCartney had already been working on his solo album. Yeah, it takes a while for them to actually release an album, but McCartney had his solo album ready to go and was going to release it in the same month as the Beatles album. John, George, and Ringo didn't like that, so they asked Ringo to go to Paul's house and talk him out of it. Talk him out of it. Now, Ringo's a nice guy, but he probably was told to be firm about this. You know, don't be wishy-washy, be firm about it. Paul told him to blank off and threw him out of the house. They've been closer than ever, though, in the last years. He loves Ringo, but he wasn't having that back then. He wasn't having that because he didn't think the Beatles should have broke up. So, you know, he knew that it would be a little bit of a kick in the pants, but both albums did extremely well. Hi, that guy. Big reveal coming soon from Bob Joyce. I don't think so. I think, as I just said, that they got to finish that 9 acres of property, and he may never do it. Does somebody do it for him on a national level? I don't know. You always got to be prepared for that. There's always got to be a plan B. Always got to be a plan B, Marie. You know that. Hi, Selena. Is that Selena B? We mentioned your name, your first name earlier. Michael, what are you saying? Did Barry Manilow really attend service at Brother Bob's church? One or two people have said that. You probably already talked on this. Not really, but I saw it on YouTube. Uh-huh. Yeah, I have heard that one or two times. Obviously, if he thought he was someone else, he'd want to go. There have been a number of celebrities, I believe, at Household of Faith, including someone from I have that picture, the Sweet Inspirations. I believe Glenn Harden has been there. But I'm not positive of it because this Joe Murphy, who used to play bass guitar, looks a lot like him, only with bib overalls and not as good looking as Glenn, you know. Not as good looking as Glenn. So I'm never sure about Glenn Harden until somebody shows me more proof of that. People say Rod Stewart did. No, that was a guy much younger than Rod, dressed as Rod Stewart. And that's where we tell our gold jacket story, where the guy is dressed as Rod Stewart, but he's wearing a gold jacket. And after everything was done, prayer time and everything, sermon preached, Bob said, because he was right there in the front row. Isn't that interesting? Back then, you could go in the front row when they were in the strip mall if you were a visitor. And he looked at him and said, I'm going to remember you. I had a gold jacket once. And in 1957, Elvis did a complete concert with a beautiful, shiny gold jacket on with black pants and a white shirt and tie. He did. And it wasn't the only time he wore a gold jacket. Yeah, I think that's who they confuse it with, Nancy DeMarco. Not Nancy Drew. It's the best I could do. Yeah, I think they confuse it with Rod Stewart, but it's, you know, a guy dressed, young, smooth skin. Now, would Barry Manilow have second Would he have doubts about going to Household of Faith because he would think that the pastor is a trumper or knows for sure he's a trumper? I think we can say obviously he is. Um, would that keep him away? Some people are that stupid. I'm not saying Barry Manilow is. By the way, I'm a huge Barry Manilow fan. Huge. Why I haven't seen him, I don't know why. I know he's coming to Austin, and my ex wants to see him. So Belinda says she gets the best seat in the house. Why would I call her a liar? Why would I call her a liar? I was told that the first 3 rows are reserved for the regulars, and one of the stories that we just read, either Wednesday or Saturday, I think, something like that. Shell is here. Is she? Or are we just talking about Shell? I can miss people. It can happen. 46, continue to watch. We're holding the audience. That's always good for my analytics. Hold the audience. Just on the right side, she says. I see. Okay. But, they have a tremendous problem because now the fellowship hall, you get there at 9:15, you're sitting in the fellowship hall. But, what can happen is there's a crunch at the door, all even at 10 to 9, because they don't want to be in that fellowship hall. So this problem can easily be resolved by a full crew coming in and getting the barn ready with possibly, they set up to 500 seats. The thing is, though, is the fellowship hall, even if you prefab it, well, it just depends how many people you got working. I think it's very doable. If the Amish can do it, the people at Household of Faith can do it. If they can put up a Family Dollar in 4 months, I can't believe it. Stewart's is another thing we have here. It goes up. Oh my God, they're opening Tuesday. I hate the Tuesday. No, I don't hate the Tuesday. That's from The Terminal, one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies. So that's what we think, Michael. That's fake news. That's fake news. Jody was having lunch. What did you have for lunch, Jody? Was it a good one? I haven't had a bite to eat. I just let you know there's been nothing in my tummy for, I don't know, 16 hours, maybe 17 hours, something like that. My shakes are coming in the mail today. Maybe they already arrived and I don't know it. I haven't been downstairs. I said, I've got to pop on. I've got to pop on to pop off. It's an important weekend. And, I've got to do my due diligence. The ultimate my due diligence would be in Hot Springs right now, but it just wasn't doable. Just wasn't doable. And it would look really bad as I say that, my finances are limited because they really, really are. And then I go to Hot Springs, just the way it is. It's the way of love, as Cher once sang. So I'm about pretty much out of stuff for now. I know I'm this is Karen and I early on, probably in Portland, Maine, when I was heavier. And this is the funeral card I was sent, the private funeral of Lisa Marie. This could be completely fake, could be completely fabricated. I don't know. All the print is so small, no matter what I do, I'd have to find, maybe Andy could magnify it. But, I'm not about trying to, to do my due diligence to out Bob. I know there are people that when I say that, they want to puke. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it. Most of my videos these days are when are promoting the church, what's going on in the church for the events. But if something, since I'm the chronological storyteller, yeah, there's Minneapolis. That's what it looked like as the governor, who's now the vice presidential candidate, sat with his thumb up his butt. He should have been arrested. He violated his oath. You want to go after somebody, go after people that violate their oath and let their city burn while he and his wife sneer in their freaking mansion. Oh, that ticks me off, Michael Wiggins. It does. It does. It does. So if I show myself even heavier than I am now, I got to show myself when I wasn't. There we are at Wurtsboro Airport, the glider that I probably went up in the first time I was ever up in a plane. I say I won't go up in a single engine plane, and I never have, but I was pulled up, just me and the pilot here, pulled up by a single engine plane. So as we are, my friend Bill wanted me to do this. He was in another plane. We both didn't fit. So he says to me, we'll go up separately. And I'm thinking, what am I doing? And as we're being pulled up on a string, I said, now, if this pilot in the single engine plane has problems, if he has problems, can you disengage from that cord? He said, yes, I can. Don't worry. I had a little bit of a queasy tummy after that experience. And Bill called me a wuss. That's what he did. He did. But I was all right. Pretty soon I was ready to eat pizza probably, but I ate a lot less of it apparently back then. Oh, got to get out there and walk. Got to get out there and walk. Got to get out there and walk. Belinda has said just on the right side 3 times. I think she wants to emphasize a point. I get there between 7 and 7:30. That sounds like so you, Belinda. That way, me and my daughter have to have time by the creek. Okay. Yeah, that's what you do. You go on down to the creek. I used to live several times. I lived with a creek nearby, and then ended up overnight almost in Montreal, Canada, leaving a beautiful home. Not one of my mom's smarter decisions, but it was corrected 6 months later. So there you go. There you go. So that's our pop on to pop off for this Friday, the 9th of August. Please, if you're watching me at Hot Springs now and you have an Android phone or a iPhone, and who doesn't, put some thought into it. Try to keep it in frame, and don't be obtrusive. I'm not asking you to be obtrusive, but do a nice video for us. Put your friends in there if you want. If you've got that stick, you should be able to find one of those sticks that you can hold above your head. You attach it, and then I guess you have to press the button and then hold it up, and you can see that you're well in frame and see more things that way. You can take videos where it's not on your face at all, but it's just you turn the other way and you're showing us what's going on there. Feel free to do an interview. If you can do an interview with somebody, be my reporter on the scene. Don't ask anything inappropriate. Be my reporter on the scene. If John B. Wells or one of the other speakers wants to talk to you, give us your flavor of what's going on. I would love to have that. I would. So have a great day, everybody, says Michael Wiggins. Who knows how often we'll pop on to pop off this weekend. I just going to have to alert Andy that I'm going to need him potentially. And then maybe nobody will send anything in. I can't promise, that's beyond my control. So thank you, everybody. I got to get ready to drive Karen to the YMCA. That's the only part I know how to do. YMCA. It's fun to go to the YMCA. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. Not at a lot of YMCAs you can't. The one in Hartford, I think, had some kind of little place you could eat at, and you could definitely stay there. That's very rare at the YMCA too. But if it comes time to shower up with the boys, just remember, soap on a rope recommended.